affects not just the individual who suffers that fate, but it affects the health of our entire community. Homelessness directly affects our economy, and frankly, whether homelessness is viewed through the eyes of someone who is homeless, a local resident, or a visiting tourist, having a large number of homeless men and women on the streets of Houston is a stain on the reality of Houston as a compassionate, can-do city. It's been 2 years since I announced the goal of ending chronic homelessness as a top priority of my administration. As of today, we have successfully placed more than 1,400 chronically homeless and at-risk individuals into safe and stable, permanent supportive housing. We started with veterans, as is only right. And in downtown Houston, we have cut the chronically homeless population by approximately 50%. This isn't about talking about homelessness. This isn't about arguing about homelessness. This is about men and women who need a path to a safe home and a safe haven, and our responsibilities in a rich and vibrant city to provide it. I'm going to introduce you to two people who are being helped by this effort. Alma has been homeless off and on for 15 years. She may not be what you think of when you think of the homeless. She completed 2 years of college. She worked as a secretary at a prestigious Houston law firm. But she lost her job 3 years ago, as many in our community did due to the economy. And she found herself homeless, spending many nights sleeping on the streets with, as she said, no one to help and no one to call. She recalls the generosity of other homeless individuals who would check to make sure that she was okay. In mid-January of this year, through my homeless initiative, she started working with case managers and is now scheduled to be placed in safe and stable housing with robust support services. When told of this, she fell to her knees and cried. There's also George. George is 55 years old. He was incarcerated for 32 years before being released in 2011, where he immediately became homeless. He was successfully housed in June of last year. He has earned welding and forklift certificates. He has transportation workers identification credentials. He volunteers as a handyman at Search. He goes back to prison regularly, not as an inmate, but as a volunteer, ministering his positive message of rebirth and second chances. And yet he is still out of work. Perhaps he's the employee that you need. The City of Houston is an equal opportunity employer, and we do hire felons. Recovering felons, ex-felons, let's just say felons, unlike the state of Texas. This entire effort is focused by a leadership team consisting of some of our nation's and our city's top business, religious, and philanthropic leaders. I sit with this leadership team, and we have analyzed the opportunities, researched the dollars available, plan to end chronic homelessness. I want to thank Chevron and Wells Fargo for pledging significant resources to this effort. And today I'm going to challenge everyone else in this room to step up and do what is right. Let's not talk about it. Let's do it. Let's end chronic homelessness here in the city.